Hello! Welcome to Thunder and Lightning Gaming, and before I begin, I just wanted to say, in case you haven't heard about it from Thunder yet, we do apologize for the lack of content that hasn't been up on the channel recently. Between him contracting COVID, which he's doing fine, he's doing a lot better, he's actually pretty much ready to come back, and the wedding, for myself and Monsoon, that is in like 4 weeks, we've been kind of having a hard time being able to create content. But within that time frame, I've been doing something I think is pretty cool, and I wanted to share it here. I've been making a competitive electric deck. I know what you're thinking. What's so cool about that? Well, what makes it different from any other deck I think you'd be seeing today is I made this deck entirely offline. It's taken me about 2 months to put together the cards that I've put in this deck, and I think it's pretty cool. So just to explain the parameters of this deck a bit further, these are cards I either found in a shop, traded for in person, or already had before I started making the deck. Hello, sorry, it's just straight up a new day. So I'm about to show you all the cards individually that I have in this deck. I'm going to explain to you how I ended up getting most of them. And then from there, I think we're going to talk about how the deck functions. So here we go. First off, we have 21 electric energies. These I actually did have lying around, which isn't a huge surprise. What is kind of cool is I have like a French first edition right here, which I hope is legal at a tournament, because you're technically supposed to use English cards, but like, it's an energy, you can read it if you really wanted to, so if you're gonna give me crap. We've got 2 double colorless energies, and I think here's a good point to mention that this deck is expanded, which made it a little easier to find cards, because that means I have a wider range of cards to choose from. But if you pay attention, like, most of it's standard. I think, like, mainly just these and a few items are expanded. I think everything else is standard, but 2 colorless. We've got 4 beads, 2 Ninja Boys, 4 max elixirs. Okay, hold up, I know I was doing a silly thing, but like, the beads I found at a shop, the Ninja Boys I had here. These I actually made a trade for a Mew V, which like the pricing of these 4 in that card are like exact. I made that trade with my cousin and fellow Twitch streamer, Bonfire Esquire. Please be sure to check out his page, but that's how I got these 4. 2 Sonyas, these were pulls. 2 Professor's Letters, just lying around the house. A Lysander in a Boss's Order. I know. If I find one or the other, I'm gonna switch it out. I had this, I got this at a shop. I know. 2 Stadiums. This one's super cool. I'll explain all that when I'm explaining the deck. This one was a pull. This one I got at a shop. 2 Lugias. 2 Tapu Koko Vs and a V Max. All from shops. A Zeraora GX. Pauline found this for me at a shop. A Jolteon V and V Max, both from the same shop. 1 Dracozolt, I think that's how you say his name, V and V Max. These were both pulls from shops. I'm gonna explain the shops that I got these from later in the video. Here they are. We've got 4 Raichu Vs. We've got 4 Boltons and a Bolton VMAX. All of these were from shops. I would like to take this time to thank any shops that were fundamental in making this deck for me. Harrison's Comics in Salem. Awesome, I believe it's Cards and Collectibles in Salem, New Hampshire, maybe Londonderry, New Hampshire. First Edition Collectibles in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Had that, Salem, Massachusetts. And Anime Boston. Believe it or not, I got a lot of shops at Anime Boston. So those are all the shops I got the cards from. Now let me explain how this deck works. Okay, so just to be clear before I go any further, I did not look up anything for this deck. The only thing I looked up was Max Elixir, just to make sure it did what I thought it did, and Bead. That's everything I looked up in this deck. I didn't look up strats for an electric deck, so if this already is a deck, honest to God, it was coincidental. This was of my own volition making this deck. So the main goal, Bolton, his first move, allows you to search for 2 electric energies, attach them to your bench. The setup, hopefully, is to have him and Raichu on the bench. What you do is you put Bolton as your active, Raichu on the bench. Use Bolton's first move as much as you can to build up Raichu, because Raichu's move is Raichu's second move is you may discard any amount of electric energy from this Pokemon to do 60 times the amount of energy you discard. That's nuts. Also, Bolton's second move is this attack does 30 more damage times the amount of electric energy attached to all your Pokemon. Those are huge hitting moves. And also, if you do end up with Raichu up first, you can use his first move first turn, which is insane. A mix of that move set with Raichu, build up Bolton, use his second move if you want, but you're eventually just building up Raichu, along with Bead, which allows you to put an extra energy on the bench during a turn if you want, and Max Elixir, which lets you look at the top 6 cards of your deck. You find any energy there, you get to just slap it right down. That's the ultimate goal for this deck. Also, the Bolton VMAX is really good. It's the same move, plus 30, where Bolton is plus 10, and then you can just swing for 230 every other turn. Training Court, which I mentioned earlier, you may take a basic energy from your discard pile, put it into your hand. That's really cool. Sonya lets you look for either 2 Pokemon or 2 energy. And then you have like the backups. You know, you got Jolteon, and he does 60 times, flip 4 coins for each heads. And then his VMAX is really cool. You get to do 100 to the active Pokemon, and then 100 to his bench, assuming that they have damage on them, which if they do, that's pretty cool. You could be knocking out 2 Pokemon a turn. Got a couple of basics, no Vs, GXs, or EXs, just in case. I like Arrow Ball on Lugia, so that's why I'm utilizing him. Dragavolt is cool. So his first move, which is really cool, is during your next opponent's turn, energy cards can't be attached from their hand to their defending Pokemon. There's ways around that. However, it gets tricky. So that's a cool stall card for the enemy. I struggle with his name every time. Zeraora GX. So his ability is really cool. It's essentially Darkrai EX or Manaphy EX. You get to, as long as there's an electric energy attached to the Pokemon, they have a free retreat cost. But what's also cool about him with this deck is his GX move. Attach 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon in any way you like. So, I mean, let's say Raichu gets knocked out, and I get another Raichu on the bench, or I got one of these fools on the bench. We're just back in action. Science Lab is new. Each basic Pokemon in each player's hand and each player's discard pile has no ability, so we'll see how that works out. And then the Tapu Koko, its attack does 40 more damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. I just thought that was sick. We'll see how that works out. And his, this is mainly just for the energy upgrade, but he can swing for 180, and if, he did damage, I believe, then they're paralyzed. So that's pretty much it for my deck. I hope you've enjoyed, and now that I've shown you all the cool things about my new competitive deck, I can't wait for all my friends to wreck me. Thanks again, I've been Lightning, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe.
Our channel has daily uploads from podcast video essays, Let's Plays to skits.
Be sure to watch on Twitch. We stream all our video game and podcast content live at 5 EST every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Our intro is by Brad Kendrick and music by Froggy and the Friendship. Link to all that in the description below.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
I'm so sorry. It's out of tune. I didn't check it. I'm sorry.